Why do I say, what is the greatest secret ever told? Well, there are many great secrets, but I think the greatest secret ever told is that you only live one time and that you go to heaven or hell. Like, for instance, if you live the idea that you're going to live this life and you're going to go to hell or you're going to go to heaven based upon how you live this life, I'm going to get to that part in a second. But the part where you think that most people feel, well, most religions think their religion is the right way. And those people in the religion, they feel like there's a chance that they could end up in the bad place if they don't live right. If they don't live right, they can end up in the bad place that their religion say that they're gonna go. So that's the thing. And if they live right enough, they can go to this place called heaven. But the different religions have different rules to determine whether you make it to this good place. Now, I'm not picking on any particular one, but I think when it comes to Christianity, I think that's the funniest one. Because all you have to do in Christianity is simply say, you could have done the worst things on this planet. You could have done the greatest atrocities. You could be responsible for all that. But if right before you die on your deathbed, they tell you that if you just take Jesus as your Lord and Savior, then you're going to go to heaven. So what it does, it essentially eliminates the idea of submitting yourself to a life where you actually do right and you transform in this life. And it's all based upon the idea that you only have one life. You're completely oblivious to the fact that this is a cyclical thing, like the seasons. You don't know. That's why it's the greatest secret ever told. Is that you're in this amusement park with all these different rides. The amusement park is existence in its totality. And all the different rides are the different phases and potentially different planets and solar systems that you could live in. And you get on this ride. We all on this ride called Earth. We get on this ride called Earth. And most of us get on it and it be a roller coaster of a damn ride. And then once we're at the end of the ride, we totally forget that we was on the ride. And we're going over and over again on the same ride. Not even improving ourselves so that we can see the different experiences in this amusement park called the totality of existence. I don't have a copy of my book in here with me. I wish I could pull one out right now because it is Tutum Ra, the prophecy of reincarnation. We come back here again. And I know that this is what pushes me further to the desire to do right in this life that I have, to try to make good decisions in this life that I'm living. I try to do that. Am I perfected? No, I'm not the perfected man. As of yet. Do I have things to improve on? Yes. People DM me a lot about me being in their dreams and them knowing that they've been here. This is a sidebar. But here's the thing that y'all don't get. Y'all know, I think I might be the most loudest person out here screaming about reincarnation. I ain't met another person like me when it comes to reincarnation. That's so loud. What I have met is I have met people that have subtly told me, yeah, I've been here before. And I know my previous lives. None of those people have ever been able to take me through their journey of fully knowing they've been here, like the whole track of it. And I know I've been here and here's the code, here the Star Codes. I ain't never met that person, so I'm a little different. It's like some people just have this internal awareness. They just know it. But I don't have that. I have that because when the lives came, I knew it immediately. I knew it was real. It was a switch turned on. And then then afterwards, all this pattern came. This amazing code of synchronicity everything connected, you know? I say a lot about submitting oneself to self-imposed discipline. Today was my 6th month and 18th day of doing something challenging every day. In the days that I don't feel like doing anything, I will just get down and do my sun goes up, Tutan Ra goes up push-up routine, which is challenging enough. And you'd think I have it perfected by now. I mean, I completed today without stopping, but it was still a challenge at the end. The last 8, I was struggling. Not like I used to, but that's just the physical body, man. You know, you gotta you can't just work the gross matter, the flesh. You gotta work the inside too. You gotta work your mind, your heart. You gotta work these things. Because we're on this ride, man. We're in this amusement park called life in totality of existence. And the greatest secret is that you've never been to this amusement park before. The greatest trick is that you've never been on this ride before. And once you begin to be more aware of this ride you're on, and you can look around and say, damn, I want to go to that place right there. You know? But y'all don't see from I know I talk about reincarnation. That's part of what I came here. I'm a Scorpio, man. Scorpios deal with death and rebirth. I came here to find this. And I found it, man. And I'll tell you, it is, it can be, because of the nature of who I was, man, it could be a lot on me, on my thoughts, and it's just a lot, man. It ain't easy. You think it's easy to say that, to know this shit, you know what I mean? It ain't easy. It's not, man. You know what I mean? Because you just feel like you got these people over your shoulders watching you. And I ain't talking about Big Brother. I'm talking about the ancestors. It's like, God damn, man. The last thing I'm gonna do is stop trying to improve myself or stop telling my story, the Emmett Tilling of my story. And you be goddamn, I ain't never gonna stop telling my story. Fuck out of here. You gotta be out your motherfucking mind. I don't remember that life. God damn it. But I done heard enough about the torture and the pain of what happened, man. You think I'm gonna come back in this life and never at least say something? So I don't walk around with hate in my heart. I don't do that. I don't even hate people. You know, we live in this world, with racism. And I don't hate white people, man. Nah. I don't hate any type of person. Now, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. It ain't a good thing to try to see who got the biggest pain experience. Who got the number one, but ain't nobody had it like we had it, because we still got it happening. And that life of Emmett Till, like Umar Johnson said, Emmett Till is the black Christ for black boys. It took the murder of Emmett Till to see that face for people to realize what's happening to all of us as a people when they see what they did to Emmett Till. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that's one life. And 2 years later, my ancient life come to me. And this comes with a bigger burden and a bigger problem. You know what I mean? Because then I got to deal with my brothers out here who, some of them I got to give them their props, because some of them, they younger than me, man. You got dudes who's teenagers and they running the Kimmy. And I salute that and I tip my hat to that. Because when I was their age, I wasn't there. I didn't remember the time, man. Like Michael Jackson. I ain't remember the time. I mean, they being called back. And some of them, what I'm saying is, they think that they King Tut, man. That's the part that y'all don't get. I know a lot of y'all think that I think I'm crazy. I understand that. Some people think that. It's fine, you know. But I gotta do this journey. I share this and I look into the left and right and I'm like, damn. It's like, you know. And then I look back and I see how, man, I was a Christian. I gave my life to Christ, man. And the thing about this character Christ, think about it. Christ is supposed to return. Christ is supposed to come back. So you got men out here who think that they are Jesus Christ. They think that they're Jesus Christ from the Bible. At least I think I'm somebody, or at least I'm putting down codes to legitimize my belief, my claim, my knowing. My belief, I don't believe this, I know it. But at least I'm bringing codes. Like I'm clarifying, I don't just feel this. This is along with my knowingness, these are the things to corroborate it. These things that happen outside of my control, that was already set up in this amusement park by the master designer. These are the codes that show you. See? Emmett Till came in 2018. Tutankhaten came in 2020. 2 years later, I go to Kemet. I go to Egypt. And I go to the place where King Tut was born. And the locals call it El Till, Emmett Lewis Till. You can't change that. Even if they change the name now, it doesn't matter. Because at one point, that was the name. And it was the name long before I realized I was Emmett Till. See, this is a prophecy. Tutumra, the prophecy of reincarnation. That's just the names. That's just the name of the city where King Tut was born. It's the same name as Emmett Till. In ancient Kemet, you go through the resurrection process. A Saurian resurrection drama, where most of your religions come from. It pulls from there. Don't nobody come to the Father but through the Son? Man, you go look at the hieroglyphs. Look at the Medu Netta. Go look at the wall. Look at the books in stone. And what you're going to see? You're going to see Haru leading the soul of the dearly departed to his father Osiris. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see the soul being ushered being led by Haru to the scales of Ma'at to see Asar who sits on the throne. Isir. You know what I mean? That's what you're going to see. Isar, sir, yes, sir. Asar, Osiris, Asir, Asar, a star. Come on, man. So yeah, I meet these brothers who think that they've been King Tut, that they are that person. And I used to get angry when I first came across them. I don't anymore. I find them to be very interesting. And I ain't got no beef with them. Come on to Kemet. Fuck it. Everybody in Islam, everybody named Muhammad. So everybody could be King Tut. Come on. If you really feel like you King Tut, what you need to do, you need to take a look at this other person, Tutumra. Look at his book. That's what you should do. You know what I mean? My born name was Dawood. Well, it still is. I'm a man of many names. In this life, Dawood Bashir Eddings. Dawood means David. And you know who David is. David and Goliath. Right? David had 5 smooth stones. David, 5 letters. You know what I'm saying? 5 times 5 is 25. I'm born on the 25th. So it's Emmett Till. You know what I mean? Yeah, so David, Dawood, Bashir. Bashir means the bringer of truth. That's my born middle name. Dawood means beloved of God. Now my last name, Eddings, that's the one that's gonna blow your mind. See? See, there was an astrophysicist named Sir Arthur Eddington. And I'm an author too. An author. I authored a book. So, Sir, there we go, Sir again. Sir Arthur Stanley. Stanley. I just caught that one just now. You know, because Peter Parker was my favorite. Peter Parker, Parker, Ark. I'm a Parker. Emmett Till had a cousin named Wheeler Parker. Wheeler is still living. Wheeler Parker was his 16-year-old cousin. When his 16-year-old cousin turned 77, Wheeler Parker, as you were, in 1977, I don't know how old he was in 77. In 1977, his 16-year-old cousin, his cousin who was 16 when he died. So how many? 77, 55, that's 22, 16, 38? 22, yes, 38 years old. So when he was 38, if I get that right, if I got that wrong, don't judge me. That's quick. All right, so in 1977, Wheeler Parker Jr. took his call to be a minute star, to be a past star, like a sis star. You know what I mean? The year that I was born in 77. So, Eddington, in 1985, on July 3rd, 33 years from 1985, July 3rd, is 2018, July 3rd. And on that very day, that's when I realized I was Emmett Till. On July 3rd of 2018. Now, 33 years prior to that was July 3rd of 1985. And on that day, the movie Back to the Future premiered. Now, here's the thing about that. Back to the Future is about going back in time travel. Now, reincarnation is essentially time travel, right? You die in this body, this carcass, incarnation, and then in some time in the future, whether it's a second or years, for me it was 22 years in my life from Emmett to this life, you go to the future in a future life, incarnation. So Back to the Future was about time travel in a car, right? And but the person that made the car in the movie, his name was Emmett. I claim to be Emmett, who has experienced reincarnation. So now, I'm gonna pause with the whole Back to the Future because I wanna go to Eddings, because we're gonna get to how that leads up to Back to the Future. Because my name is Dawood Bashir Eddings. Now, as a descendant of people who were put into bondage, we took their last names. So Sir Arthur Stanley Eddings is a white man, for the lack of better terms, right? And I'm a black man, for the lack of better terms. So my last name is Eddings, his is Eddington. Those names are related. They're connected, my friend. And a lot of times after slavery, what Europeans did is they completely changed their name completely, or they changed it. They changed a little bit of it so it wouldn't be connected to their dirty, you know what I mean? Their dirty baggage. You know, that's a way of, they put you in a closet by changing their name a little bit. So now you in a closet by yourself, you're not connected to them, you know? So, now I'm not saying that I'm directly connected to Sir Arthur Stanley Eddington. Perhaps I am. But He was a mathematician, an astrologist, and an astronomer. And so I'm connected to him mathematically. He's a mathematician, an astrophysicist, right? So Sir Arthur Stanley Eddington, he is the one that ushered Einstein to the forefront, because when Einstein was first trying to present the theory of relativity, which is connected to quantum physics, quantum entanglement, time travel, he's the one that brought him to the front. Sir Arthur Stanley Eddington. My name is Eddings. And I'm a pause because there was another author named David Eddings. It's my same exact name. My name is Dawood Eddings. Dawood means David. So he was an author that was born in 1931, the same year as my grandfather. And he died the same year as my grandfather. My grandfather's death is what sparked me to studying and changing and transforming my life. Then we go to Stan Lee, right? Superhero. Every superhero has an origin story. So David Eddings is a famous author. He's famous. He has all these books. One of the books he wrote was Dreamers. And ancient Kemet is a land of dreams. I have experience with dreams. People dream of me. I've got many messages that I've been in people's dreams. I'm not always cognitively aware of that, but I have come back from dream state, and me and the other person remember. So, David Eddings, he either was born on or died on one of my sister's birthday, the same sister who dreamt one of my first bad car accident first. She dreamt I've had several vehicular accidents which I walked away from, and I've just recently made a video about one of them. But the first time my sister dreamt that before it happened, and she's born the same day that David Eddings was born or died. No, she dreamt that. She's born the same day. Yeah, she's born the same day that either David Eddings was born or died. She dreamt that car accident. I got confused because I got mixed up with the day she dreamt it. That's a whole nother, even the dates on those are. But the accident ended up happening the day before her birthday, which is my father's birthday. But back to David Eddings. David Eddings wrote a book called Dreamers. He also wrote a book called The Pawn of Prophecy, right? So my book is Tutanrada Prophecy of Reincarnation. See, we're talking about reincarnation. What we're doing, we're talking about all the different things in the fabric of existence that connect you to who you are. I'm essentially living out the craziest episode of The Twilight Zone. But if you take The Twilight Zone was started by Emmett Till. It's a never-ending butterfly effect of life. And sometimes you can live a life that ripples so deeply in time you can't escape yourself. You know what I mean? I came here to help wake you up to this truth about the immortality and the eternity of soul. And so what do you do with that truth? You begin to then submit yourself to self-imposed discipline. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care. If your religion brings you to the point where you want to kill the next person, your religion has a problem. Self-defense, yes. Defend yourself. Even in this situation, we can fix this situation peaceably. We can. Now, I'm not saying that peaceably got to be if somebody's punching you in the face and you just sit there and let them do it. I'm not saying that. No. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, though, that there could be an immediate stop right now. There could be a ceasefire right now. The problem with that is that's a hard call, a hard pull, because everybody wants to be right. Nobody wants to be wrong. And then you get these people, you gotta be, listen. See, here's the thing. I already told you I don't care what religion you are. Just kind of losing my focus here. You know, this is such a tough, sensitive. I got Christians and Muslims in my family, man. I got it. Like, so what can I be? I can't hate a Muslim. I got Muslim family members. I can't hate a Christian. And I don't hate either one of them. I've actually understand the religion. I understand that Muhammad. Look, listen, man. Don't come after me. I ain't got to believe your religion the way you do. I don't have to believe that Jesus ever lived. I don't have to believe that Muhammad ever lived. Okay? I don't have to. That's what you want to believe. You don't have to believe that I was Emmett Till in a past life. You don't have to believe that I was Tutankhaten in a past life. Tutankhamen. You don't have to. And that's okay. And I'm okay with it. I can rest comfortably. Want to know why? Because I know that was me. I don't have to believe it. See, faith and belief is the shit that exit once facts come. That belief stuff, you can have it, have at it. But what I'm saying is that I see the beauty in the story of Muhammad. I see the beauty in the story of Jesus. But I also see the contradiction. I'm 48, man, and I will never be with a woman very, very, very young. And Jesus said some stuff. Jesus said, none of you will face death before something. I can't forget that. I mean, some of the stuff he said, Jesus said that no man has seen the face of God. But in the Bible, it say Elijah saw the face of God. Jacob saw the face of God. You got these contradictions in this stuff. But then, listen, my whole past life came from actually submitting to the teachings of Jesus. So I'm not knocking. And then I understand the whole Karast. I understand the Christ. Muhammad got his revelation in a cave, the fornix of the brain. It's metaphysical. And the Quran came after Kemet had been conquered, and all that science and math and understanding went into the construction of that, man. You know, so listen, man. You know, if your religion brings you to the point that you want to kill somebody, man, I went to Kemet, man. And I walked and talked with Christians, Coptic Christians, and Muslims. And I got along peaceably with them. Know what I mean? Peaceably. You know? And when I got on the Nile River, oh man, I wasn't prepared for the tears that would come. You know? I can't wait to go back. You know? Tamra, the prophecy of reincarnation, Star Codes of Immortality, the hip-hop Bible. Star Codes of Immortality, the hip-hop Bible. That I do. Each one, teach one, reach one, just like the gospel. But you ain't got it? Homie, I spot you. Yeah, I got you. Every other race look out for their own, but we forgot to. What if everything that you ever been shown had been changed just to benefit the throne? We had more kings than the ones in Rome. Are you your brother's keeper?